everyone, and welcome to another edition of the seventh inning. All right, I forgot. Josh is not here today. That's disappointing. But I'm your host. I'm Logan Stone, and I'm coming to you by myself. Where is Josh, you may ask? I don't know. I think he's out in a far distant land, arguing with his wife, taking care of his child, being a hero to all of us, really. I don't know what he's doing, but I decided to take this day to just talk about the news, about sports. So here I am. I am exhausted, so I need you to just calm yourself. Okay, fine. Don't calm yourself. Get excited because we're talking about baseball. Baseball. Okay. So, yeah. How am I? I'm doing fine. Except I look exhausted. So that's fun. Anyways, so yeah, let's start off in the last week. Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros signed a 6-year, $115 million contract extension with the Astros, obviously. And that's a smart move on the Astros' part. Yordan has been probably their biggest slugger, not named Jose Altuve. He's got crazy numbers, and he's only been in the league for, 3 years? Yeah. And how old is he? He's 24 years old. No, it's almost his birthday, so he's almost 25. June 24th, 1997. Good job. Happy birthday. What a great birthday present. I wonder if that'd be funny if like the Astros got him like this big box for his birthday, and like he reaches inside and it's a smaller box and a smaller box and a smaller box, and finally it's an envelope that says, "Hey, we just gave you $115 million. Happy birthday for the next 6 years." That's good. But his career numbers, he has an average 158 OPS plus throughout his entire career. The lowest OPS plus he's had was a 137 in last year. That was a down year for him, apparently. I mean, this guy's a beast. He has a career 962 OPS, which is kind of weird that his OPSs aren't as high, because you would think with the 153, 173 OPS plus, he'd have a like in the nines, but he had 877 OPS last year. 586 career slugging, 375 on base percentage. And since Josh isn't here, I'm not even going to talk about his batting average. No one gives a shit about the batting average. Fuck the batting average. 78 home runs in 3 seasons. Good Lord. Only 1 home run in 2020. 224 RBIs. So he's a slugger, and good for him. He needs it, or he deserves it. Great left-handed bat. I would love to have had him on the Cardinals, but whatever. Free agent in 2029. So good job, Yordan. Apparently, it is the 4th biggest ever for a player who has yet to reach arbitration, behind only Fernando Tatis Jr. and Buster Posey. Oh, Buster Posey and Mike Trout. Yeah. And he's a really sneaky baseball player. He's a really, like I said, he's a really great offensive guy. So good job. Not going to talk about that. Max Scherzer got bit by a dog, and apparently the media took ran with this story and made it a big deal. I have no idea really what the big deal was. I mean, I guess it, I don't know. I don't know. But apparently, Max Scherzer got angry. So he said, he went on Twitter for like the first time in ever and said, just clearing a few things up. My dog, Raffy, hurt her leg on a run. She was howling in pain, and I went to calm her down by putting my hands on her. When I did that, she bit my right hand. Fortunately, it wasn't a bad bite. I took one day off from throwing and was able to long toss the next day. This will have no effect on my rehab, and this is literally a non-story. So, yeah, Mets fans, you can breathe a sigh of relief because Max Scherzer is not being hindered now because of his dog. I know Steve, who's the owner? The owner of the Mets, Steve, not Bartman, Steve Cohen. He tweeted out, and Stephen Cohen. He said, "Doesn't Max Scherzer's dog know not to bite the hand that feeds you?" And I thought that was funny. But anyways, oh gosh. So the Angels finally snapped a 14-game winning streak. They beat the Red Sox 5-2 last night. Shohei Ohtani pitched to Jim and then hit a home run. And to take the lead. And good for the Angels. Hopefully that sparks something. I have no idea what the problem with the Mets is, or the Mets, no, the Angels, what it was. But apparently they're still in the wild card race. So that's good. I think they're 2.5 games back in the wild card race. So they still have hope, Angel fans. So they just need to not screw up. They were about to get passed by the Rangers, so that would have not been good. There's that. I still kind of think that the Astros are going to have a meltdown. I have no idea why. Well, they have the second worst depth farm system in the league, so that also has something to do with it. But anyways, Cole Tucker was released by the Pirates last week, and apparently he has been picked up by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Good for him. He hasn't really proven himself in the major league level. I know he was a big. I know he was like one of the Pirates' top guys and prospects coming up, and he hasn't really done anything. He plays, shortstop, second base, and right field. Switch hitter. Exceeded rookie limits during 2019. But yeah, he hasn't. He had a 13 OPS plus in 2022 so far, and a 397 OPS. He hasn't been average. He's been way below average his entire career. 626 OPS in 2019, 527 OPS in 2020, 640 OPS in 2021, and 397 OPS in 2022. Like I said before, I say it almost every episode, 710 is the average OPS. So you can't say, 626, that's good. No, that's not good. So, anyways, 640, no. On base, he's the best he had was a 298 on base percentage last year, and that's still 20 points below average. So, Not good. Hopefully he finds it in Arizona because sorry. He's a nice guy. He's dating Vanessa Hudgens, so it's not a complete loss. But yeah. Anyways, good for him. Let's see the Mets. Oh yeah, that's a dumb one. No. Oh yeah, and also the Diamondbacks are signing Dallas Keuchel to a minor league deal. I said it last week when he got released by the White Sox. I said the Mets, Blue Jays, or Diamondbacks. Um, I was really hoping that the Diamondbacks or the Blue Jays would pick him up because Diamondbacks and Blue Jays pitching coaches are apparently really, really good, and I still can't remember his names. If only Josh was here to remind me. But so hopefully Dallas Keuchel gets back to 2017, 18, 19 Dallas Keuchel. I think they're probably looking to trade him at the deadline if he picks it up. So hopefully they can figure it out. I think on Tuesday, Eduardo Escobar hit for the cycle, so that's good. I think that the cycle, hitting for the cycle, is one of the most fun, um, one of the most fun things to watch. Because obviously, everyone says that the home run is the hardest thing, but then, I mean, you got to hit a triple, a double, a single, and a home run, and that's a lot of. I mean, also you're supposed to play defense in between there. Sometimes you're not even guaranteed 4 at bats, and you have to be on all 4 at bats. So that's a big deal. I like that. Good job, Eduardo Escobar. He's an underrated player too. I'm gonna look him up because I don't think people talk about him as much as they should. Um, so, and it's my show, so I can do whatever I want. Gosh. Let's see. He's got a 725 OPS and a 107 OPS plus, 311 on base percentage. Okay, not good. Below average, 414 slugging, which is good. Um, and 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. So it's hard for him to hit a home run. I mean, he's never been a home run hitter, really. Well, that's not true. 35 home runs in 2019. I didn't realize he's been playing since 2011. The guy is 33 years old. Really? Dang. It's been around forever. But anyways, good job, Eduardo. Oh yeah, the Angels have fired Joe Madden. Good for the Angels. Really hoping that they pick up Joe Girardi, but I sounds like they're not going to. I was reading somewhere that Bryce Harper was not happy with Joe Girardi either. So maybe I was wrong about Joe Girardi being completely innocent of the whole thing. So maybe I'm wrong. But David Dombrowski still sucks. But yeah, Joe Madden, I think, is one of the worst managers ever. Or not ever. I think he's a very overrated manager. Yeah, he went to the World Series with the Rays and he won the World Series with the Cubs, but he's just not I think he's just a numbskull. He's just an idiot, and I don't like him. I'm sure here, this is my Josh impression of what he would say about Joe Madden. Is it Joe Madden? Joe Madden, yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Joe Madden, he's a terrible player or uh, manager. I just don't like him. He doesn't play the game right, and I just don't like him. And he gave the Cubs the World Series, so he's just an enemy in my heart forever. That is my Josh impression. I'm sorry. I love you, Josh. Hope you feel better soon, wherever you are. He's at Cabo, isn't he? Taking a vacation. Michael Wacha tosses a shutout. The first time he's thrown a shutout since 2017 with the Cardinals, by the way. Yes, I know this isn't a Cardinals podcast, but Michael Wacha, if he, when he was coming up, I remember hearing about him in 2011, 12, and people were like, this is the next Adam Wainwright. This is the next Chris Carpenter. They were like, this guy is going to be an ace for the Cardinals for a long time. And unfortunately, 2013, he was dominant. I mean, Cardinals would not have made it to the World Series without Michael Wacha, and that is the truth. He was so great. He was the NLCS MVP. And then 2014, he kind of fell off, and he was never the same. And I think, honestly, it was probably him starting the World Series. I don't know if that's 100% true, but he just never, I don't know, it just never seemed right with him after that. Let's see, he had a 3.20 ERA in 2014. Oh, he was an all-star in 2015. Had a down year in 16, but 16, everybody had a down year. 17, he was still going down. He had a 4.13 ERA, which kind of makes sense because they missed the playoffs that year. 18, 1.21 ERA plus and a 3.20 ERA. So, but anyways, he's just kind of fell off. He wasn't as advertised. I kind of think the World Series screwed him up, but good for him. Michael Wacha is a really nice guy, and I hope he figures it out. He's 30 years old only, so he's still got time. If he's the next Adam Wainwright, we'll see him for another 10 years. So good for Michael Wacha. Waka. Remember that? Remember that, kids, when people would be like, ooh, Waka. So I saw this the other day, and so I thought it was interesting. We kind of touched on it on the Cardinals Chronicles, but I want to talk about it now. If the postseason were to end today, the Yankees would be in the postseason bracket would look like this. Boston would be in the 6th seed. Tampa Bay would be in the 5 seed. Blue Jays 4 seed. Twins 3 seed. 2 Houston, 1 Yankees. On the NL side, Giants would be in the 6th seed. Cardinals would be in 5 seed. 4 seed Padres, 3 seed Brewers, 2 seed Dodgers, and 1 seed the Mets. So I kind of want to go over. Josh is a little bit of a homer, so he picked the Cardinals still. He has this thing about the Cardinals for some reason, like there's some good team or something. No, I'm just kidding. I love the Cardinals, so hopefully they do well. I want to go over my ideas of how the postseason would go right now. So I'm going to start off with the Rays and the Blue Jays. I'm going to go with the Rays in a 1-game playoff against the Blue Jays. I know the Blue Jays are the exciting team, and I said earlier in the season that they were going to be a tough team, but after the Cardinals got swept by the Rays, I forget just how dangerous they can be if you don't prep for them right. And G-Man Choi is apparently the Cardinals' daddy. So Good for him. So yeah, Tampa Bay. So Boston versus Twins. I think Boston wins it. I don't think the Twins. I know the Twins are the third spot, and you don't really. I mean, you have to. A lot goes into that, but I mean, it's all AL East on besides the Astros and the Twins. And the Twins have been playing a whole bunch of Central teams. So I want to see how good they really are. I don't think they're actually as good as they look or they seem. They have a good team. I just think they need some guys. Um, Now, if that changes, if they, I think they're still playing the Yankees in a series, and I haven't even looked at that, but let's look real quick. Anyways, but yeah, I think Boston beats them. I like the Twins. I hope the Twins do better, but I just don't see it. So Yankees and Rays. I'm going Yankees. Yankees are just too hot. I think the Yankees might actually sweep the Rays, right? If it were now. Boston and Astros. I think this series goes to 5. I'm gonna go with Boston. I would go with Boston. I know that the Astros are just playing really good ball right now, but I mean they're the second best team in the AL, and they have a plus 45 run differential, but I don't know what it is about Boston that they seem like a lot better of a team now than they did a month ago. So Yankees and Boston and the ALCS, and I'm going Yankees. Yankees are just too good this season, especially right now. Later down the season, they're probably not. So yeah, the Yankees are going to the World Series. Bet on that, sucker. On the NL side, Cardinals versus Padres. I'm going Cardinals in a 1-game spot or 1-game series. It would probably be Musgrove versus Wainwright. And even though Musgrove is having a terrific year, Wainwright is just different in the playoffs. So I think Cardinals. Giants and Brewers. I think the Brewers actually take the Giants. So and Mets and Cardinals. It's the Mets. Sorry to burst your bubble, Josh. Sorry to burst your bubble, Cardinals fans. The Cardinals are just not there yet. They're not going to go deep into the playoffs. Sorry. It takes more than just, you just need, it doesn't matter how many guys you or what kind of guys you have. You have to have just that spark. No. You don't need just that spark. You need to go out and you need to get some guys because the bullpen is shit. I'm sorry. The bullpen is shit right now. And we saw that being exploited in the Tampa Bay series and the Cubs series even. So yeah, Cardinals need a lot more help. And they're not going to just get hot and all of a sudden be able to take on the Mets and the Dodgers. Dodgers versus Brewers. Dodgers win it. Sorry. Even though the Dodgers are in kind of a skid. And I say a skid because, I mean, I think they beat the White Sox in the series, but the White Sox made it interesting. I was watching their games yesterday, and that was a weird. The White Sox were coming back, and the Dodgers pitching was just not there, which is weird. But I'm sure they'll fix that at the deadline and get I don't know, prime Bruce Sutter and Cy Young or something. Let's see. So, yeah, I think Dodgers take the Brewers. I'm not impressed by the Brewers, by the way. I think the Brewers are a great pitching team, probably the best pitching rotation in the league. Bullpen, great, but that offense is just lackluster for me. They need a big bat. Rowdy Tellez, good guy. Colton Long, good guy. Christian Yelich is just not there anymore. He's not MVP caliber. I think maybe he needs to get traded. I really do. And not because he's just terrible right now. I think he just needs to change the scenery or something and needs to get some fresh blood in him or something. But anyways. So Dodgers and Mets in the NLCS. Man. Also, the Dodgers have Trey Turner. Yeah, I don't know. That's a difficult one. I'm gonna have to go with the Mets. They're gonna be home team. And yeah, I think, like I said, I think the bullpen of the Dodgers is just not there yet. So yeah. So Mets and Yankees. What do they call that? Whenever the Yankees and the Mets play each other. But it's Yankees Mets. I'm going Yankees on that. I think the Yankees win the World Series right now if they play I don't know if there's a team that they could lose to right now. So yeah. That's yeah, good job, Yankee fans. Anyways. So yeah, Yankees won the World Series. You heard it here first against the Mets. So all New York teams are going to be happy as always. So before the wins, before the Angels win last night, apparently the coaches decided to make every player walk up to a Nickelback song. And so the Angels had now this was the day before yesterday, so they didn't win that game. But they said that if the Angels won, it would be thanks to Nickelback. So I didn't know Nickelback had 9 songs, so I can't even think of let's see, Photograph. Look at this photograph. Every time I see it makes me laugh. And then A Hero from Spider-Man, so that's 2. This Is How You Remind Me, because I get them mixed up with 3 Doors Down sometimes. Anyways, but luckily we don't have to thank Nickelback, so good job. Now I'm going to play with that. Okay, the O's. So a lawsuit between the Angelos family alleges that John Angelos is considering moving Orioles to Tennessee. I didn't get a chance to look into this, but about a month ago, we just said that they, who was it? Someone was, I think, was it Dave Parker? Was doing an expansion team in Nashville called the Nashville Stars. So we went from having 0 teams in baseball to potentially having 2 teams. And I swear we don't need 2 teams in Tennessee. We just need 1. Okay. Also, I really hope Baltimore doesn't move away from Baltimore, or the Orioles don't move away from Baltimore. you guys know how much I love Camden Yards. Camden Yards is a beautiful stadium, even with that stupid left field wall. I don't know why they did that. Um, but yeah, it's a beautiful stadium. A very underrated stadium. I think it's one of my favorites. I think it beats the Oracle. I think it beats, I think it beats a lot of stadiums. Not Bush or PNC yet, but there's that. Good for, not good. So I don't know why they would move. I guess there's some, I think there's a city thing, but yeah, I don't know why they would move out of Baltimore. They've been there since forever. Uh, back in 19, I don't know, but hopefully they don't change it. Hopefully they don't leave. That would be stupid for them. Bad for the fans. I was looking at a lineup. So there's a tweet going around that the Dominican Republic's Dream World Baseball Classic team would probably look like this: Fernando Tatis at shortstop, Jose Ramirez at second base, Juan Soto at left field, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. first base, Rafael Devers at DH, Manny Machado at third, Teoscar Hernandez at right field, Gary Sanchez at catcher, and Starling Marte at center field. That is a dominated lineup right there. A lineup where Starling Marte is in your 9 hole, and Gary Sanchez and Teoscar Hernandez are the bottom 3. I mean, Fernando Tatis, great player, offensive player. Jose Ramirez, great third baseman, switch hitter. He got the bag. Juan Soto, best hitter. Leads the league in walks. Who would have told you that? Now, I did hear someone say, "Well, he gets so many walks because he's the only good batter in the Nationals lineup," and that is true. That is very true. But he's also got a great eye, which is why people are afraid to look at him or pitch to him. Rafael Devers, very underrated third baseman. Manny Machado has having a career year. He's like, I don't need Manny Machado. Fuck him. I can handle this. So he's going off. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, arguably the best first baseman. I know this year's kind of been a down year, but he's gonna figure it out. And when he does, he's gonna come out and he's gonna be back in the MVP talks again. So yeah, that's a scary team. I don't even know what the American teams would look like. But anyways, Jazz Chisholm was the subject of criticism in the team today, team meeting, and is being compared to Dennis Rodman. According to Andy Slater, I have no idea what that means at all. I watched the Nationals and Marlins game yesterday, and Jazz Chisholm he bunted on the first pitch against Steven Strasburg. Steven Strasburg hasn't pitched since July 21st of 2021, and the first pitch, Jazz Chisholm bunts. That's it's pretty funny. I like that. That's such a dick move, but I love that. He was barreling through that to that base though. So I want to look at Jazz's sprint speed. But he bunted twice for hits, which was awesome. I love that. I love speed. I didn't realize how much I love speed until I said I love Jazz Chisholm. So Oh, I hate baseball savant. But good for Jazz Chisholm. Speaking of Steven Strasburg, he pitched for the first time yesterday, and I mean it was his first time since 2021 July, so it's almost been a year since he's really been out there. So yeah, he gave up 5 runs, and I don't know. It's not really like something. Now, if he came back and pitched a shutout, that's different. That's spectacular. But I mean, I'm not really gonna hold it against him that he gave up 5 runs in his first game back. Josh and I were talking about him last week, and we said, he's just he's just not. I don't think reliable. When he's healthy, he is a dominant pitcher, and people forget about how good of a pitcher he is. But he's just not. He always gets injured. I wish I had a lit. They showed it on MLB last night. They showed just how terrible or how injury prone he gets. Now my computer's slowing down for some reason, but yeah, he's not reliable anymore. And it's a shame because he was, the top guy. People talked about him for years, like still when he was in high school, people were talking about how dominant of a pitcher he was. And he just could never. I think he got injured in high school and then got drafted, and then so 2010 he starts, makes 12 starts, good job. 2011 he makes 5 starts, gets injured. I think this was his Tommy John surgery. Then comes back in 2012, has a dominant year. Why did I think he got the Cy Young in 2012, but he was dominant in 2012. 282 FIP. 13, made 30 starts, good for him. 34 starts in 2014. 23 starts in 15, so he got injured again. 24 starts in 16, got injured. 28 starts, kind of got injured. 22 starts in 18, got injured. 33 starts in 19, so he had a full healthy season. 2 starts in 2020, so kind of got injured. 5 starts in 2021, got injured. And so he's made his 1 start. Went 4 2/3 innings last night. So I'm sure they are going to hold him to a certain amount of pitches a game, hold him to amount of innings for the season. He's 33 years old, making, he's signed through 2026, 7 years, $245 million. Yeah, that's disappointing. Because if he stayed healthy, he'd be one of the best pitchers right now. There's just no question in my mind that he'd be. Him, Max Scherzer. It's no contest right there. They'd be, or not that him and Max Scherzer would be in a contest, but back when Scherzer and him were a team, they'd be a dominant team. They wouldn't have Trey Turner. They would have had Juan Soto. They would have. They would be winning World Series, probably more than one. I'm going to be honest. So, kind of weird that they gave him the money bag and not Bryce Harper, but I mean, they got Juan Soto. So, anyways, I think that's going to be it for today. I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap. So, be sure to watch Scores and More. It's on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, I think, too. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about baseball. If they like baseball, tell them to come over here, watch us. We have some hockey stuff that we're doing. We have some football that we're about to start doing. We're going to cover every sport. Don't forget to watch Sunday Drives. We'll be back on Monday with another seventh inning stretch. Okay, fine. That wasn't the greatest. And then Wednesdays, we're going to have our Cardinals Chronicles as always. So, yeah, we're going to try to keep you up to date on every news. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing my bleach shirt. This is my work shirt. So, yeah, look at Maryland. Not that you were. Yeah, so hopefully Josh is back on Monday, so that way I have something to argue with. I got some hot topics. Okay. Live long and watch some damn baseball. Bye, Felicia's.
Hey, it's Logan Stone here. The guy from the video you just watched. Yeah. Hey, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I worked really hard for this. Can't you see I did my hair and everything? Be sure to follow us on Facebook at the Variety Sports Podcast. And also, be sure to follow us on Spotify. Some of you are already on Spotify. That's how you found us on YouTube. But be sure to go back and forth. Listen to us twice. Listen, we have good knowledge. Yeah. Okay, bye.